Barry, in order to change the course of history for the good, you have to go back at this time.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Yep, that's the one. All jokes aside, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Come on. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now, let's start talking The Flash. Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future. The thing that I really loved about this movie is the humanity perspective in a big budget blockbuster film, because this looks like it was about $200 to $250 million in a production cost, and maybe not even including marketing. But the thing that I loved about Andy Muschietti's The Flash is that it was more than just a big action spectacle. You do have that. It has some of the most ridiculously amazing visualization of the Flash character in live action form. Andy Muschietti literally blew all my expectations away when it comes to the visualization of the Speed Force and how Barry manipulates time. It's all very beautiful. It gets crazy. It's just out there and it's weird and trippy, and I love it. It's something that I feel like DC needs, something unique. And it's all about humanity though with this story, because I bring up all the action and the spectacle and it's all beautiful. Like, it's amazing to see General Zod back. It's almost like a homecoming for the Zack Snyder universe. It's been 10 years since Man of Steel. 10 years. But the characterization of Ezra Miller's The Flash, Barry Allen, is so tangible, so realistic, and so human and raw. Where, yeah, you have these hilarious moments between him and his counterpart, his younger version, that's very immature. Really throughout the whole film, it's a very narrative focus about Barry, his mother, his father, and how he wants to change everything and save his mom. It's very human and beautiful. But he also brings a comedic charm that he's always had, but it's even better with Andy Muschietti's direction and style. And of course, the great Michael Keaton is back as Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, and he does not miss a freaking beat in this film. It's like he never left the role. It's literally Tim Burton's version 30 plus years later, and he is just insanity incarnate. I love this version of Michael Keaton. You got the bulletproof Batwing suit. You got him just doing some insane things that you would never think that you would see Michael Keaton's Batman be able to do. It's a lot more flexible, a lot more engaging. He's more intense. He's violent, and he's always been violent, but the way Andy Muschietti, and I will always go back to him because he's really the star of this film, his self-actualization of the character of Batman is just so perfect in this film. And there's a reason why Batman is such a perfect character in the comic book story of Flashpoint, because Batman and Barry have so much in common when it comes to the reality of time, and if they could go back, they would change probably everything, more so with their parents, because that's what the whole crux of the film is about. Time and what can we do with it. Barry needs a character, needs a mentor like Batman to not let his scars determine his future. Now, moving to the other thing that I really loved, Sasha Calle's debut as Supergirl is phenomenal. She is dynamite. Probably about the amount of screen time I would expect. Like, she mainly shows up in the second half of the second act and she sticks around for the third act, but it's how Andy Muschietti propels her character into the film that I found quite engaging. And what they do with her character and Michael Keaton's character, I thought was just jaw-droppingly well done. This movie, guys, it's an incredible feat for DC. DC really needs this. They need a film that reminds us that we can just have a good time at the theaters, but it can also just have a very straight and narrow storyline about growing up, about responsibility. And Andy Muschietti kicked ass with this film. He just did such a great job with the direction for The Flash. Now, the screening that I was in, They did say this wasn't the final product, and if I had to say really one thing that didn't work for me in this film is the CGI can be off at times. There's particularly quite a few scenes in the first half where Batman is saying something to Barry. His mouth isn't moving though. It's very jarring. And you are dealing with two different Barrys. So there are times where you have real Ezra Miller and then CGI face Ezra Miller, and it is noticeable as heck. I truly recommend this film, guys. It's engaging, it's fun, it has emotions, it has such a great narrative focus, just like Guardians 3, but with this one, it's dealing between the relationship of a son with his parents and what could he do if he had the power to manipulate time. And on that note, I'm going to give The Flash a solid 9 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to be blessed.